Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about some brand new Pat McGrath products. I could not have been more excited when she announced that she was coming out with blushes, and I got all 9 of them. So we're going to be doing some swatches, some arm swatches, some cheek swatches of all 9. And I did also end up purchasing the eye quad, which is gorgeous. Spoiler alert, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's what I have on my eyes. We'll do a demo of that a little bit later on in the video. I did also purchase the highlighter. So again, we'll do some swatches. I have it on my cheeks at the moment, but you'll see me applying it later on in the video. And then I did get the lip gloss in Earth Angels. So I am really, really excited to be sharing all of this with you guys. It is probably one of my favorite Pat McGrath launches to date. The blushes, the highlight, the quad, this lip gloss, everything is really, really gorgeous. I couldn't be happier with everything. So why don't we go ahead and just sort of get into the specifics here. I'm going to start with the blushes. I think that's probably what most people are excited about, that and maybe the eye quad. So the blushes are $38 each. I purchased all 9 as part of like a bundle, and I'll leave all that information down below in the description box because I can't remember exactly how much the bundle was, but you do end up getting a discount versus buying them all separately. So the blushes are made in Italy. There is 9.7 grams of product per blush. And what I'm going to show you is a close-up of each pan. I'll also do an arm swatch of it. I'll do a cheek swatch. I did all the cheek swatches with the Surratt cheek brush, which again, I'll link down below in my description box if you are interested, but this is a squirrel-haired brush, and I wanted something light and fluffy for these blushes because they are very, very pigmented. But I will get into more of my thoughts about everything after the swatches because I know you guys are probably pretty anxious to see them. So let's go ahead and jump in. The first shade here is Flirtatious, and here is the arm swatch for Flirtatious. It is described as a soft beige pink demi-matte shade. Next we have Desert Orchid. Here's an arm swatch of Desert Orchid. And this is described as a bronze rose with golden pearl. Next we have Nude Venus. Here's an arm swatch of Nude Venus. And this is described as a peachy pink with golden pearl. Next we have Nymphette. Here's an arm swatch of Nymphette. And this is described as a soft pink with golden pearl. Next we have Divine Rose. Here's an arm swatch of Divine Rose. And this is described as a cool mauve rose with a demi-matte finish. Next we have Paradise Venus. Here's an arm swatch of Paradise Venus. And this is described as a terracotta with a demi-matte finish. Next we have Cherish. Here is an arm swatch of Cherish, and this is described as a neutral pink with a demi-matte finish. Next we have Lovestruck. Here's an arm swatch of Lovestruck, and this is described as a berry pink with a demi-matte finish. And finally we have Electric Bloom. Here is an arm swatch of Electric Bloom, and this is described as a vivid coral with a demi-matte finish. All right, so those are all of the swatches for the 9 blushes. I love these blushes. These blushes are just so perfect for me. As you guys know, I really like a strong blush, and these blushes are pretty pigmented. If you want something a little bit softer, then just definitely be careful when you use these. Just knock off any of the excess, tap some off on your hand or your arm first, and then go in. You can definitely build these up. They build up actually pretty quickly. And when I was playing with these, I went in real strong. Real strong at first. I ended up with clown cheeks a little bit, and it's just really easy to remedy like a strong cheek look by adding a little pressed powder on top. If you want a little bit of translucent powder, just sort of dampens the pigment a little bit. You can take like a Sonia G Face One brush type of brush and just buff it out. Buffs out really beautifully. And in fact, when I do that, I feel like this blush, because it does have a creaminess to it. I mean, it's a pressed powder formula, but because it has a creaminess to it, oh, it just plays really, really nice when you want to like work it out and blend it out with a brush like this. I mean, it just looks completely airbrushed on the skin. I just love these blushes. The formula is really, really nice. I like that they're just a straight up pressed powder. It's not difficult to pick up the product at all. And I feel like they just buff into the skin really beautifully. And the shade range is incredible. I mean, I was really like, all right, I'll just get all 9, you know, for the channel so you guys can see all of them. I'll review all of them. And I was thinking, oh, I'm sure there's going to be some that's like, oh, if you have this one, you don't really need that one. No, she just really nailed all the different like undertones. So you have, there's probably 3 or 4 like very light shades, those first 4 shades that I swatched, but one's like a little peachier, one's a little bit cooler, one's a little bit more pink. Like she just really got such a lovely range of shades. I'm so glad I picked up all 9. So huge fan of these blushes. Just love them so much. All right, so moving on, let's talk about the highlighter. So the highlighter is another like very creamy kind of pressed powder formula. And here is a swatch of it on my arm. It looked a little bit deep on my arm. I was a little bit nervous that it was going to be too deep for my skin tone, but once I applied it to my cheek, and here is some footage of me applying it, I was blown away at how gorgeous the shade is because it catches that light and because it's so reflective. It really lightens up on my cheeks and it works for my skin tone. So I was really happy about that. It's just really beautiful. It's a nice warm gold, but it's not too deep. So it's just really beautiful on the skin. Really love this highlighter. And then let's talk about the eyeshadow quad. So this eyeshadow quad is the Venus in Fleur Luxe Quad Voyeuristic Vixen. Wow, that's a long name. So there's 4 shades in here. So none of these shades are that kind of special baked formula. These are all like kind of pressed powders. So let me just show you some swatches of these first before I go on. So I started in the upper left-hand corner here and I just went clockwise. So the first shade is Moonlight Liaison. Next we have Rose Fire Nectar. Then we have Twilight Bronze. And then finally we have After Dusk, which is the only matte shade in the quad. This is also made in Italy and there's a total weight of 4.9 grams of product in here. So I love this quad. The quality is Pat McGrath quality. The metallics are so creamy. This matte is so silky smooth. And this shade right up here, the Rose Fire Nectar, it's one of those chunkier kind of like multi-chrome shadows that I used my finger to apply to my lid. It's one of those super fun like evening shades. So I love this quad. I think this is my favorite quad that she has come out with. It is a neutral lover's dream. Like I love neutral kind of basic eyeshadows. And this has that sort of neutral color story, but the finishes is what makes it so special. Her metallics are so creamy. They're almost like a cream to powder to cream kind of eyeshadow. They just apply like a dream. Her mattes are so smooth, pigmented. Those apply like a dream. And then this fun shade up here, it's a little bit on the chunkier side, so I used my finger to apply it, but it just has that little bit of fun to make this quad not boring. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I love this quad. And in my demo, I do my eyes and lips. So let me just talk about this lip gloss. There's really not much to say. I mean, I think it speaks for itself. It is beautiful. It's what I have on my lips. I have it over the Supernatural lip liner from Pat McGrath. And if you like her lip glosses, this is no different. The formula is the same. It is not too thick, not too thin. It's not sticky. It sits beautifully on the lips. And it is a lip gloss, so it's not like you're gonna see all of this pigment on your lips, but you're gonna get this beautiful finish. And depending on the light, and of course, depending on the lip liner or no lip liner that you have on underneath, maybe just your plain lip color, the light is gonna pick up the different tones in the lip gloss, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So why don't we go ahead and jump into the demo for the eye quad and the lip gloss. All right, I've got my Sonia G Worker 1 brush. I'm gonna go into this shade down here, which is Twilight Bronze, and I'm gonna apply this all over the lid. Ooh. Oh, wow. Wow, that is beautiful. Next, I'm gonna grab Rose Fire Nectar, which is this beautiful, like foily, shifty kind of color. It goes from gold to peach to pink. It's really incredible. I'm gonna use my finger to pick it up though, because it's one of those chunkier shades. So I'm just going to press my finger in the pan to pick up some product. And then I'm just gonna press that onto the center of my lid. Definitely got a little bit of fallout from that shade. Just gonna kind of pick it off. And then I'm going to take my Refer number 26 brush, go into this matte shade After Dusk, and deepen up my lash line with it. And last, I'm going to take my Sonia G Smudger 1 brush and go into Moonlight Liaison, this top left-hand shade, and add that to the inner corner here. All right, that is it for the eyeshadow. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my eyes and then come back to apply the lip gloss. All right, I just grabbed the Pat McGrath Supernatural lip liner to pair with this gorgeous lip gloss. So this is the new shade in Earth Angel, and it is one of their Lust Gloss lip glosses. I'm so excited to try this out. This is just gorgeous. All right, let me apply the Supernatural. And now for the lip gloss. Wow, if I can... Oh, here we go. All right. This is like a perfect pairing to that Rosefire Nectar eyeshadow. Well, this is probably one of my favorite Pat McGrath releases of all time. I love the blushes. I gave you my detailed thoughts earlier in the video, so I won't repeat myself. The eye quad is gorgeous. It is so, so beautiful. I love that there's 2 satins, 1 matte, 1 really fun shade that you can just add right on top if you want to spice up your look. And this lip gloss is very, very consistent with other Pat McGrath lip glosses. If you're a fan of her lip glosses, this will not disappoint. I love these lip glosses with this really sheer but like fun finish. When it catches the light at certain angles, you get like a little bit of a surprise every single time. I just love these. The formula is great. They're not sticky, not too thick, not too thin. They feel great on the lips, just absolute perfection. I love this collection. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.